Alright, I think it's time to head to the Nether. But before we do that, obviously we have to make another portal. Fortunately, I have a vat of boiling hot lava right over there, and a half-made nether portal over there. Why don't we start in this area? Since I want this pool to be gone eventually, I'm just gonna pour water over it so that I can get rid of it entirely later on. And I don't know how much obsidian I'm gonna need, so let's just break some out. Alright, I've got 10 obsidian, so if we really wanted to, we could make the entire portal from scratch. So why don't we head over to the portal? And here's our portal so far. Now, I kind of want to reclaim the portal. Sort of like I'm doing with the village. So I do want to decorate it eventually, but I think we should check out what our nether is going to be first before doing any of the decorating. I like the size of the portal as well. Kind of like the bigger portals a bit more. The smaller portals, the normal sized portals I should say, do fit well into like a house thing, but I feel like bigger portals are a little bit grander and it kind of looks nice. But, I'm going to clear out this area just a wee bit. And I haven't checked this chest either. A silk touch hoe, a silk touch shovel, 2 lodestones, a projectile protection helmet, and some iron ingots. Which have reminded me that I haven't brought a flint and stone. Flint and steel. A flint and stone wouldn't work very well. But I'll be right back after clearing out the area a little bit. The area is leveled out a bit now, but the sun is setting, so we've got to head back into town anyways. Alright, and we're back. The good thing about this netherrack is that it's red, and I feel like it sort of goes with the mangrove theme. So I can use a lot of netherrack for the nether portal without worries that it won't match well with the village when the village is done. Now, I've brought my horse back, but I've put it a bit far away, just in case anything decides to go through the portal. I think a fun little game would be to try and guess what biome we're gonna get sent into. I would really appreciate a warped tree forest. The blue ones. I don't need the wood, but I feel like it's a safe option. Because they're inhabited mostly by endermen. And if I just don't look endermen in the eyes, it won't matter. But also, it's a lot of ender pearls if it's there, just straight at the door. I mean, what would be the best place for our portal to end up? Probably another fortress. But I don't have hopes that high. I just want a safe portal into the warped forest. So, let's head inside and see what we got. I'm a little scared. Bye, horse. Still haven't named any of my animals. Okay. This isn't great. I mean, get some quartz right off the bat, but there are so many zombie piglins over here. It's actually atrocious. And we've got, ugh, that's one layer. Oh, and we've got that. And there's that. Gosh, I feel like this is a terrible spawn point. I'm almost tempted to relocate it. Also, as you can see, I'm trying to name some of my stuff. I only name them once I have to repair them, so obviously I had to repair my sword and I had to repair my pick. I also had to repair my boots and my hat. This sword, I took a little inspiration from Impulse SV. And I put I see more loot this is not fortune enough because it's only 2 fortune. And this could boots better because there's so many enchantments I could put on my boots to make it better, and I just don't have them. And it's for me dome. I was just feeling that at the moment. Well, I'm going to take a moment to make this place just a little bit safer. I'll see you very soon. Alright, as you can see, the lava behind me is flowing away. So once it's fully gone, I believe it's time to do a little bit exploring. There's a ghast. That's a bit spooky. Ghasts are spooky. And I missed. Oh. It's quite close. I think if any loot I have is actually going to be on top of this. Well, that's nice. Got a ghast here. Put that in my little thingy. Put some of that in there. And then I think I want to actually break this down before we head out. Alright, now that that's less of an eyesore, we can actually head back. Not back. Gosh, I never say the right things. We can go exploring. Picking up some quartz on our way. There's soul sand down there if we need soul sand. Gosh, these are like little floating islands. That either means I'm gonna have to power up into these little bits or build bridges. I did not want to build bridges. If a gas comes and I die in lava, I will be heavily upset. Gosh, why? Who built these bridges? Or zombie piglin needed to go here and decided to build the worst bridge ever. That's why you don't run around the Nether. Nearly jumped in a hole. There really is just nothing here. I think I'm going to break through this wall, as it'd be easier than building an entire bridge. I just gotta watch my step. I'm genuinely afraid I'm going to lose all of my armor here, which I spent actual ages trying to get, and then I don't think I have enough diamonds back at home because I've been repairing things. So I will not be taking on a bastion anytime soon, but it's still nice to explore. I might take on another fortress. I feel like I could handle that. Ooh, Assault Delta, is that what that is called? Here's the thing. In order to get over there, I have to build a bridge. I mean, if I could somehow get up there with staring, maybe I could avoid the bridge. Can I make it over there? I can. Ooh, boop. I cannot. Oh, is this a oh, yeah. That's a fortress. Hold up. I have no idea if that was a good way to make a staircase or not, but there are stairs. And truly, that's what matters. Do I have any fire protection? Ooh. I do not. That's not great. I think I should take some soul sand. And some of this other sand. I suppose this means I have to put my money where my mouth is and tackle a fortress. Ooh, maybe I'll get a happy ghast. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I've never actually had a happy ghast before, so that is in tune with my theme. For this world. I heard another ghast. Is there another ghast? That's not very happy. It's Christmas, almost. This will probably be going out after Christmas, but for me it's almost Christmas, which means my family have ordered 1,000 last-minute packages, and I have to collect them because I'm home and not at work today. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm lost. No, I'm not. I'm fine. Gosh, I almost kind of want to use basalt. These skeletons spawn so fast. It's not cool. But I think it's time. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a third one. I don't like wither skeletons. So I might have a hard time with the wither itself. I'm not sure I brought enough arrows. Because all I do is miss, no matter what. Anyways, no fire protection. I should get on that. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go in through here. Ooh. That may have been a bad idea. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, I already lost the way home. This is nice, though. I feel like I can't see anything. Decently sized as well. Love myself a decently sized nether fortress. Should I go all the way up? What's down here? Gosh, it's so dark in here. I see people using mods to make it not dark. And sometimes I'm like, why don't I do that? That skeleton— ah! Do we abandon the fortress? Being guarded by a dead king. I forgot I had thorns on. I always forget until they start dying without me even hitting them. That's just how good I am. Beautiful. Put that in there. I'm gonna throw those out again. I want bone blocks. Because this is a ton of bone meal. And I love bone meal. Oops. I think there's a ghast around here that is upset that I stole its baby. Should I just break straight through? I'm a little lost, not gonna lie. I think I should head back here. And go back down through here. Ooh. I didn't like that. I don't like that. Ugh. How long? Does it get somewhere? I heard it. Alright, we don't need to eat or anything. Let's go. So many. Is there a spawner around here that I haven't seen? Oh, what was that? Alright, I'll shield from you. This is fantastic, actually. This means I can create... that's not what I wanted. A blaze rod farm. This fortress is actually massive. I think this is one of the biggest fortresses I've ever been to. And it's also like so dark in here. It's also one of the closest ones I've ever spawned to in my nether. How cool is that? I feel like I'm walking around in circles now. That's a dead end. You know what? I very well could be walking around in circles. Ugh, gosh. I did not know the blazes still spawned. I suppose they would. We'll figure it out later. I think they spawn less with the torches, but they still spawn. That's not even a blaze place, man. I do love how this wooden shields stops fireballs from attacking. Fantastic little thing. I might even think it's a magic shield. I've got so many blaze rods, it's actually a bit insane. Don't need those, however I just threw them in my path, so I'm going to walk over them and grab them anyways. I think I've circled this enough. To call it a day. Because, oh my gosh. That's all I've done is circle this. Oh, I should have held up my shield. Should I? Go get some bone blocks. Maybe that's how we'll end the day. Go grab some bone blocks. I think gas would make a good decoration block. If I find more gas, I will be elated. I do want one ghast to be birthed from the water. Oh yay! I want some of this. I've never used this. I don't know if it's going to look good. But I have hopes. Now I need to find my way back. After killing this pigman. This looks close. Oop. Enderman. You know, we've been doing so well recently. Why don't we kill this Enderman? Oh, it teleported away. That's how you kill an Enderman. Alright, it's time to head back. We've done enough exploring. The only thing we haven't really gone that might be a necessity of future redstone purposes is glowstone. But it is usually all over the place. The only problem is it's pretty wide open here, so I have to build up for it. Let's hope it's not night. And obviously it would be night. Could head back into the Nether for a couple moments. Don't think that would be a good idea. Oh man. I put anything else away. Anything at all. No, I cannot. So what I'm going to do is put the netherrack back in here. With the soul sand, just cause. And then I'll head back to my house. I don't have a chest set up for the nether stuff. I have a temporary nether chest that I put up specifically because of all the netherrack I had to break to prepare the portal. However, as I've just put away multiple stacks of netherrack, I realized the temporary chest is probably going to be full, like, immediately. So I will need to get on that. I always tried to put my horse where I usually put the horse. We spent a lot of time in the Nether, and that is no way the end of the episode, as you could probably see by the time bar below. But that is the end of the time I have today. In the future, we will be building up the Nether portal, which you can't see. Hold on. Yep. That's right. Oop. Wrong way. Don't know my rights and my lefts. Ah, yes. You can see it so much better now. Anyways, I just look like I'm flying. I do need to do a bit of experimentation before I come back in order to see what I want the little portal to look like. It won't be anything extravagant. I kind of want it to look broken down and beaten up. I want it to have the whole vibe of the village. Maybe it was the ghosts and things, or the gas that came through the portal and destroyed the village and scared all the people away, and now it's a ghost village. So I don't want to do anything too extravagant, but I need to figure out exactly what that's gonna look like. Because I do like the stone that's around it. But I'm going to switch that out with deep slate and possibly blackstone. And then there's going to be spruce wood incorporated into it with some dark oak wood, possibly. Sort of just like the color palette of my house and stuff, but possibly adding in blackstone and some netherrack. But I will see you in a couple of moments. But for me, it might be after Christmas. You remember how I said I was sick? Well, I'm really feeling it today. But I've designed the outer look of the nether portal. It isn't as run down as I made it seem, but I think it looks cool, and it's a bit simplistic. But for it all to work out, we have to go back into the nether and collect a bunch of blackstone. I'm also going to need a lightning rod for it. I would just take the one upstairs, but I don't want to remove it and then have lightning, obviously. That would be not very good. I don't remember how to make a lightning rod. I suppose I should just use this. That wasn't helpful at all. I should have known that. I think I'll make a few extra and then I'll just oxidize them. We're going to put these a bit over this way. Okay, and those should oxidize eventually. I think our nether portal is actually out of range for oxidization. Now that I'm realizing. Maybe not. I mean... No. Yeah, it is. It is. I was thinking if I could stand there and it'd be in. Then that meant standing over there, but that's not how circles work. Now I've gotta run over to the portal all by myself because I put my horse away. My horse deserves a nice cozy home when I'm in the nether. Should I build another stable over here? I feel like that might be a bit excessive. However, my horse deserves a nice cozy home when I'm in the nether. And it's also very useful to have a horse outside of the nether waiting for you in case you're in the nether all day and you come out in the middle of the night. I did see some blackstone in the basalt delta. Oh look, they've come closer. Which was this way. I feel like since I've got something specific to do, I'm gonna get in and then I'm not gonna get out because I'm gonna die because I'm too confident in my task. I feel like I should do something about that. Also, I had to rename my unfortunate pickaxe to used to be unfortunate. My pickaxe is now actually fortunate. Its unbreaking efficiency and fortune 3. It might be better than my actual fortune pickaxe. If there are endermen here, does that mean there's a blue biome nearby? Or do they just spawn wherever now? I suppose we'll have to figure out some other time. For now, we're going to the basalt delta. Unfortunately, I did also figure in some gilded blackstone into my design, but that's not going to be possible for me right now. because I need to make my way to a bastion. And I have not found a bastion yet. If I did find a bastion, I might go in just to nick some gilded blackstone, but I haven't found a bastion. Oh, I hate. Is he not gonna follow me this way? I don't want to walk on this precarious bridge if he's right behind me, you know? The good news is it took me like no time to get here. So once I build an official path, we'll really just be on our way. I think it might have been way back. I know there's basalt over there. And I see tons of blackstone. The problem is, can't really get to it. Did I do a really long staircase up? I think I did, but I hit the roof. I could try to hit the roof again and then head that way. And hopefully run into some blackstone, but that might take a long while. Ah! This is exactly what I needed. Is this not? Is this just a thing that spawns? I don't need to be in the basalt delta. Oh. I don't know how I'm gonna get back up there. Oh, I think I'm in a basalt delta. Am I in the basalt delta already? Yeah, I am. That's why there was all that lava. I am a little concerned about the lava particularly. The good news is the lava pools seem to be about one layer for the most part. I think I'm gonna need quite a lot. I feel like I always need more resources than I account for. I kind of want to make a frog lights farm. The problem is, I feel like that's gonna be excessively difficult for me, personally. I'm actually a little lost. I'm just looking at every hole in the ground. I'm not even sure I came out of a hole in the ground. I don't know how I got up here though. I don't think it was through any of those holes. I do think it might have been around basalt. Here we go. This is why it's important to put up the torches immediately. Hold on. That's my nether portal, right over there. Is that the nether fortress? Have I accidentally thought? Have I spoken into reality spawning next to another fortress? Because I know I said I didn't have any hopes, and that I just wanted to spawn in a warped forest biome, if nothing else. But I did not realize... I think this is my nether fortress too. So I just went in a massive circle, and it's actually visible from my portal. Actually, it might not be because of the fog and stuff. Nope, it's pretty visible. It does kind of just look like netherrack though. That's actually crazy. How did I not notice that? I'm actually shocked because if you look from here too, you can really tell it's the same one because there's the bone blocks before the Soul Sand Valley. I should grab a bed. What time is it? Noon. Why don't I just break this chest? Oh wow, I have enough room for everything except the actual chest. Well, I'm gonna place that there because I'll need some stuff. Like, for instance, I need to keep this here. There's no point in taking that back. I've decided I'm gonna put a little hill of netherrack, so I'm gonna need that. I don't think I'll need the magma block, but I'm still gonna put it in there in case I decide I do want it. But it's actually quite inspired by this little thing. Now, I'm going to collect resources and everything, take a break for my throat, and then I will be back to probably time-lapse the portal build. Alright, so I've got all the materials I will need, which is fantastic. The only problem is I need to oxidize quite a few copper bars. I don't even know if this is enough copper bars. So the final vision for the moment might be without copper bars. You might see the copper bars appear in the final vision, but not appear in the time lapse. They will be there. I just need them to oxidize, so I gotta separate them, because if they take 300 years to oxidize, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep every night. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so as it turns out, the problem wasn't going to be the bars. The problem was going to be the chains that I completely forgot about entirely. Now, I think this looks rather nice, you know? There's the... perspective is hard. There's the little lightning rod on top, which I feel like adds a nice final touch. But I also really like how the waxed weathered copper goes with blackstone. And the color scheme is actually still in tune with my house and stuff. There's no spruce or anything, but that'd be fine. I mean, there's that spruce. I was actually going to put a mangrove pool up, but maybe I'll just leave the spruce one. But this is basically a taste of what it'll look like. Up there are 4 regular blackstone blocks that I'll just need to replace with gilded blackstone whenever I get around to it. Whenever we find a bastion. I do have a mod for connectable chains, which I utilized up there in that center bit, right above my head. It's hard to see, so I don't know if it was even worth it. I feel like I needed something else there, just to sort of link it together. But another wall was too much, and the slab or stair did not connect the walls, so I couldn't do that. And if a wall is too much, then obviously a block is way too much. And then I felt like adding the copper in there, because the copper bar does connect the walls. But the copper bar was a bit too much copper then. And I also like the idea of all the copper being straight, kind of bordering the portal, which is why that little bit up there is a triangle right above my head. The blackstone forms a little triangle rather than the copper going up one more to connect the blocks. But I'll show you the final product once I've finished all the copper. I have to go make more chains. Alright, and here's the final rendition of the portal. Obviously, I still need to do the 4 blocks of gilded blackstone, but we'll get there eventually. Now is just not the time for that. I think it actually looks rather cool. I quite like it. I'm actually rather proud of it. It's pretty simple, obviously, and it also takes inspiration from the original portal border. Obviously, it's always gotta rain. You might notice that this is a voiceover. I'm not going to hide that. But in the next episode, I will be gathering the gilded blackstone for the portal. I know that because I've already filmed it. It was going to be a part of this episode, but this episode has already gotten rather long. And I think there's probably enough in that next recording to be an entertaining episode for at least a little while. So although this episode is a bit too long, the next episode might be a bit too short. But I hope to see you again anyways.